In modern society, most of our relationships are governed by the logic of the contract. A contract is a conditional agreement. I will do this if you do that. It is based on the protection of self-interest, and the moment one party stops delivering value, the contract is broken. This is why many teams and families shatter during a crisis. When the benefits disappear, there is no reason to stay. However, the Hebrew tradition introduces a much deeper architecture, the covenant. Unlike a contract, which is about protecting yourself, a covenant is about giving yourself. It is an unconditional commitment to a shared mission or identity. In a covenant, you don't stay because it is profitable, you stay because you have pledged your word. This creates a gravity that holds people together even when the external environment is falling apart. For a leader or a partner, moving from a contract mindset to a covenant mindset means building a foundation where loyalty is not for sale. This creates an indestructible bond that allows a group to endure lean years and emerge stronger on the other side. In ancient Hebrew law, the cities of refuge, Numbers 35, were specific locations where someone who had committed an accidental error could flee to find safety from retaliation. This system recognized a profound psychological truth. In the heat of a mistake or a conflict, human beings are prone to blood vengeance, reacting with an intensity that destroys the relationship forever. In the architecture of modern relationships, you must build your own city of refuge. This is a psychological safety zone where mistakes can be admitted without the fear of immediate, relationship-ending judgment. Without this space, people in a team or family will hide their errors until they become catastrophic. By institutionalizing forgiveness, setting a rule that we address the error to fix the system rather than to punish the person, you prevent misunderstandings from hardening into permanent hatred. A healthy relationship isn't one that is free of mistakes. It is one that has a designated safe harbor where the people involved can recover, learn, and return to the mission without being defined by their worst moments. In a world dominated by digital distractions and fast-paced living, the rarest gift you can give another person is your undivided attention. The Hebrew concept of the Sabbath is not just about stopping work, it is about creating a sanctuary in time. When applied to relationships, this means establishing a Sabbath of connection, a dedicated period where phones are put away and the outside world is locked out. The power of presence acts as a repair mechanism for damaged bonds. Most relationship friction occurs because people feel unseen or unheard. By providing regular, distraction-free time, you begin to build emotional capital. This capital acts as a buffer during future conflicts. When you are fully present, you pick up on the micro-signals, the tone of voice, the look in the eyes that are lost over text or in passing conversation. This deep listening proves to the other person that they are more important than your notifications. In the long run, relationships are not maintained by grand gestures, but by the consistent, quiet discipline of being truly there. One of the most difficult balances in any relationship is the tension between being honest and being kind. Hebrew wisdom suggests that faithful are the wounds of a friend, Proverbs chapter 27 verse 6, meaning that true love requires the courage to say things that might hurt in the short term but heal in the long term. This is the mirror principle, acting as a clear reflection for the other person so they can see their own blind spots. However, the delivery is everything. Truth without love is a weapon that leads to shame and defensiveness, causing the other person to shut down. On the other hand, love without truth is hypocrisy. It allows a friend or partner to continue in a self-destructive path because you were too afraid to be uncomfortable. To be a sharpening stone for someone else, you must earn the right to speak by first proving your commitment to their success. When you speak truth in love, you aren't attacking the person. You are attacking the problem that is holding them back. This creates a high-growth relationship where both parties are committed to becoming the best versions of themselves through radical, respectful honesty. The ancient command to love the stranger, for you were strangers in Egypt, Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 19, is a masterclass in strategic empathy. It forces a perspective shift. Before you judge or ignore someone outside your circle, you must remember your own moments of vulnerability. In a competitive environment, most people only focus on their immediate network, creating social silos that limit growth. The law of the stranger suggests that treating an outsider with dignity is not just a moral act, but a strategy for expanding your influence. When you treat someone who can do nothing for you with genuine respect, you are building a reputation that precedes you into rooms you haven't entered yet. Empathy breaks down the defense mechanisms that strangers naturally have. By being the one person who offers a welcome in a cold market, you turn potential rivals into allies. This creates a wide, invisible net of goodwill that provides you with information, opportunities, and protection that those who only look inward will never access. In physics, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. In relationships, every action is a seed. The social harvest is the understanding that the time, energy, and resources you invest in others are never truly lost. They are simply entering a complex, non-linear system of social cause and effect. Unlike a direct trade, relational sowing often takes years to bear fruit. You might help a junior colleague today, and 10 years later, they are the decision maker for a contract you need. This isn't about transactional networking, which people can smell from a mile away, but about intentional sowing. When you invest in the success and well-being of others without demanding an immediate return, you are creating a social debt within the network. Because the world is a highly connected system, your reputation for generosity and support eventually creates a harvest of favors, introductions, and loyalty that returns to you at the exact moment you need it most. The final principle in the architecture of relationships comes from Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 12. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. This is a lesson in the geometry of stability. In a simple two-person relationship, a twofold cord, the bond is only as strong as the two individuals. If one person pulls away or becomes weak, the entire structure is under extreme tension and can easily snap. To achieve the threefold cord status, a relationship, whether it is a business partnership, a marriage, or a team, must be bound by a third external element. This third strand is a shared purpose or a set of eternal principles. When two people are both committed to a higher goal or a common value system, they are not just looking at each other, they are looking in the same direction. This third strand acts as a stabilizer. When one person falters, the bond to the shared principle keeps the structure intact. This geometry transforms a fragile, emotional connection into a resilient, high-capacity system that can withstand the heaviest loads of life.